Hello, MCU fans! Today is going to be my breakdown of the What If Season 3 trailer and all of the huge reveals. This thing looks so good. Lots to discuss, so let's dive right in and see what we can find out. Don't forget we have a November contest running all month long. Be a subscriber, leave a comment, and 5 random winners will get to choose from a book or a steelbook. Best of luck. And we have a membership option with lots of cool perks, so you might check it out in case you're interested. So what better way to start the video than with the watcher himself saying, let's begin. I cannot believe this is the third and final season of What If. So what I'm going to do is compile all the scenes from the same episode together rather than going shot by shot through the trailer. I just think it makes more sense this way. So the first one I'm going to talk about is the Mech episode with Captain America and Monica Rambeau, which shows us we are going to get a lot of Phase 4 characters, including, for example, Moon Knight, another Phase 4 character. So all of them have their own mech armor. This is Moon Knight's armor. Looks really, really cool. Here they all are assembling in the sky. And speaking of assembling, Sam then says, Avenger, singular, assemble, because they're assembling into one giant mech. I love Red Guardian getting so excited about that. And in fact, we see Shang-Chi's rings even forming as they all come together into this kick-butt mech. Oh my goodness, this thing is going to cause some damage. This should be a great episode. All right, next we have the Red Guardian and Bucky episode. We knew this one was coming because they had given us some trailers of this in the past, so I'm not going to mention a lot about it other than it just really looks cool. These two together are so much fun. Obviously, if you've seen the Thunderbolts trailer, you know that they're hilarious together in that as well. And then we get an Agatha episode, which will be really fun with Agatha All Along having just ended. But look at the person standing behind her. I think that is Kingo. Little hard to tell, but it does look like him, and the symbols behind Agatha, those look like the symbols we saw in the Eternals movie. So what is going on here? Notice Agatha says it's showtime. And then we see her doing this, which I'm not sure what's going on here, but if that was crazy, this is out of this world crazy, right? What is happening? And notice in her gown, those are the symbols again from the Eternals. So it's got to have something to do then with this guy that also shows up later in the trailer, Arishem. So, man, really, really wild. It looks like it's going to be both an Eternals and Agatha combined episode. So, yeah, Agatha in all of her glory. Very, very cool. Then we've got one with Kate Bishop and Shang-Chi as cowboys. I don't know what to think about that. It's going to be crazy. So we got Shang-Chi saying, are you up for an adventure? Hey, it's Kate Bishop. Of course. She says, always. So yeah, I don't know what we're going to get in this one. Well, I do know one thing. We're going to get a lot of Kung Fu. He's going to be kicking some butt in cowboy gear. So that should be fun. Then this episode looks crazy. All right, so you can see the Titanic ship having better days. It's seen better days, and it seems to be floating out in space. And then I believe this is on the ship because you can see the door, the metal door there, and that's White Vision. But he's not there to help. Instead, he's fighting with Wong Okoye, Valkyrie, and somebody maybe from the Shang-Chi movie. If you know who that is, let me know in the comments. I just can't quite tell by her voice. But Wong powers them all up. And Okoye goes into battle and, stabs at White Vision, but of course he phases. So I have no idea why they're going after him. Well, maybe we do, because it looks like he's assembling a bunch of Ultron bots. So that's not good. In fact, he seems to be sending some of those Ultron bots against Ironheart. So you can see down here in the corner, those are definitely some of those Ultron bots chasing after her. Then this is really interesting. It looks like Riri changes her Ironheart armor into something white, because that's definitely her. You can see the heart in the center there. So I don't even know where she got that outfit or why. And then she seems to be fighting, what are these things? Like, is it Mysterio with a Vision head? I can't tell what's going on. The reason I throw out Mysterio is, look at this image here. If we blow this up a bit, the dude sitting on that throne looks like Mysterio with the helmet. But then on the right, those are the things that were fighting Riri. So it's definitely the same person, or persons. I have no idea what's going on. I kind of doubt it's Mysterio, but hey, that would be really cool if it was. I loved Mysterio. But now we see Riri flying through the sky, and there's a ship behind her that you can see floating in the sky. In fact, there's a better view of the ship. There's more of those Ultron bots are flying around everywhere. And seemingly on the ship, or maybe they're on the Titanic still, I don't know, but it's the same four. And then we have Okoye shooting up at the bots in the sky. I mean, this is looking crazy. And then we got Ironheart seemingly causing mass destruction. I mean, the way it was edited in the trailer, at least, it looked like she's the one that did this, but I don't know what's going on. Somebody's going to have to tell me. This episode looks nuts. All right, so speaking of nuts, then we have everyone's favorite, Howard and Darcy. Didn't they get married in first season, I think? But yeah, they're hanging out again, so this is going to be a really fun episode, looking like they're stealing a ship and taking off on an adventure. So that'll be fun. Then we got Dormammu. Oh, my word. This looks scary, right? And Caecilius. So is maybe he the Sorcerer Supreme? Or what's going on? So I don't know. But this looks like a good episode. Then we have Nebula, Korg, and Groot, and Yondu. Any excuse for more Yondu, I'm all for it. So that looks like fun. We have an episode with the Hulk, or he's in somebody else's episode. Really hard to tell. We have this episode where we got Nick Fury in the center there, Coulson, and then are those scrolls on the side? I mean, it looks like maybe they have ears or maybe they're wearing helmets. I can't tell. It's really hard to see, but definitely it's Coulson and Fury. And then we get another world biting the dust. And in fact, notice the A symbol that's left behind. What's going on there? They wanted to make sure they knew the Avengers did this. Very, very interesting. Then I was like, okay, is this Ego? Is this Jesus Christ? No, it is Zeus, because you can see his lightning bolt there as he's coming down. So that's going to be fun to see what he's up to. Then this might be one of the most interesting episodes. So it's the Watcher on the left, and he always seems to be hanging out with Captain Carter, so I'm betting that she's one of these two people here. But the top goes away, and now we see 3 Watchers looming down and saying, this is where your story ends. Yikes. So what has he done that's ticked off these Watchers? What I really like, though, is I don't know whether they're going to do this or not, but maybe this ties into Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Because remember, there were Watchers in that. This Watcher and then 3 other Watchers. And, of course, they were hanging out with Stan Lee because we believe that he was kind of like the Watcher's assistant, if you will. I mean, I'm not saying they're going to refer back to this movie, but if they kind of canonize why they were having this little powwow in the Guardians movie, maybe they're doing that now in What If. And then I think the most exciting for me episode is this one. So first you have Kahhori, Captain Carter, and on the far right is Byrdie, which is a new character created for this season. They're fighting that giant interdimensional squid creature that they fought in a couple different episodes throughout the first 2 seasons. But they're not doing well because Kahhori says maybe it's time we called in some help. And who on earth comes to help? That would be Storm. Yep, the Storm wielding Mjolnir. Just like in the comics. She's done that in the comics, so she clearly is worthy. But what's wild is it's the same actress that voices her for X-Men 97. We'll talk more about that in just a second. But yeah, she says, I am Goddess of Thunder, which is very, very cool. And then, yeah, now she's taken on this interdimensional squid creature, and I'm going to bet she's going to kick some butt with it. That looks so beautiful. Love it, love it, love it. So I really want to know your thoughts. Is this the first time we're seeing an X-Men in a 616 branch? Because, of course, what if? They're all branches off of 616. Or is this perhaps the Storm from X-Men 97? Why do I throw out that idea? Well, remember, at the end of X-Men 97, when they destroyed Asteroid M with these nukes, it looked to me like this created, in the middle of all the destruction, a black hole. That sure looks like a black hole. Now, if you remember, some of the X-Men were sent in the past, some were sent in the future, but Storm, Wolverine, and Morph, we have no idea where they went. Is this perhaps where Storm went? Did she get sucked, literally not just into another branch of the X-Men 97 universe, but did she move over to a totally different tree, the 616 tree? Why do I say that? Well, you might remember this tweet from Bo DeMaio, right? You can read the whole chain if you want, but the key is at the bottom when he says, I know all of my discussions were to view it, which is the X-Men 97 universe, as its own neighboring tree, not a branch of the multiverse MCU tree, referring to Loki's tree. He said, sure, a few leaves from one tree can mingle with another at some point. Well, is Storm one of those leaves? Did Bo know what was going to happen in this What If episode? I can't wait to find out. I mean, I don't care if it doesn't happen. I'm still going to love the episode. But oh my word, my head will explode if they explain that this is Storm from the X-Men 97 universe and they have to figure out how to send her back. My word. So let me know your thoughts on that. In fact, let me know what you think in general about this season. I think it looks like a very nice gift for Christmas. There is so much going on, and they are throwing everything but the kitchen sink at us. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. Also, don't forget, be a subscriber, leave a comment. You could win a book or a steelbook. And there's the membership option in case you're interested in that. And I always love to mention the Discord. Here we are talking about the final season of What If. So we would love to have you join us. 1,900 members across the globe, conversations 24/7, and I will leave a pinned comment so you can be part of it. Also, if you don't mind, like this video, subscribe if you haven't already. You can check out more content, and we'll all continue to enjoy the ever-growing, the ever-changing Marvel Cinematic Universe.